Hey, if you're a real estate agent, would you rather pay for your marketing or have a zero marketing budget? And I mean by $0. Well, of course, that may seem rhetorical, but that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. How can you actually market yourself 100% for free and also generate the business that you need to make a full-time living as a real estate agent? Well, as I said, stick around and you'll learn exactly how we do this every single day, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if you're a real estate agent and this is your first time to the channel and you want to know how to grow your business without cold calling, door knocking, or spending a ton of money on advertising, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current strategies that will help you do just that. My name is Levi. My partner Travis and I, we get calls and emails every single day from brokers, team leads, and agents looking for help to grow their real estate business, mainly on YouTube. And we absolutely love it. So if you think you could use some help in this area or in your real estate business in general, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Happy to help and see if we are a good fit. So as I mentioned, which type of marketing would you prefer to participate in? Paid marketing or zero cost marketing? Well, here's the problem is that according to the National Association of Realtors, that the average agent comes into real estate with less than $5,000 to their name. In addition to that, the average real estate agent only makes $8,900 per year for the first 2 years they're in business. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't live off of $8,900 a year, which also explains why 87% of real estate agents fail within the first 2 years of getting into the business. And it makes sense. If you come into the game with less than $5,000 to your name, you've got a very limited amount of choices. You can either pay your bills or you can spend half of that money on postcards and probably generate next to nothing out of it. Most agents come in with less than $5,000 to their name, so they're forced to utilizing one aspect, which is their time, because you really only have two types of things you can invest, and that's either your time or your money. And if you don't have money, then you have to invest your time. So that's why when agents get involved in real estate, most of them start out, cold calling, door knocking, calling FSBOs, calling spires, working their sphere of influence, because that technically cost you nothing. However, you're directly trading your time for effort. And the other problem with that is that the minute you hang up the phone or you stop door knocking or you stop bugging your friends and families to buy or sell a house, your lead generation stops at that very same moment. So if you're only calling for 2 or 3 hours a day, that's the only opportunity you have to generate businesses during those 2 to 3 hours that you're actively prospecting. So this is why once you actually get a deal or two, if you're even fortunate to do that, because most agents are unable to do that, then that's whenever you want to leverage your time, and you leverage your time by paying for marketing. Well, that's expensive, right? And of course, what works? How does it work? What do you actually put your money towards? Do you put it towards postcards or magazines or billboards or internet, Facebook leads, all these types of avenues that you could spend your money towards? And of course, there's every single person out there telling you a different story and telling you you should invest in this or invest in that or spend your money on this type of advertising or that advertising. And that's very confusing. So here's the situation is that we believe that you can generate all the business you need 100% through YouTube. And YouTube is probably the most underutilized platform when it comes to real estate agents, period. And if you see real estate agents with the platform or utilizing YouTube as their main platform, they could be doing it wrong. And you might see this whenever you see a bunch of real estate channels where they have less than 100 subscribers. All of their videos have 20 or 30 views. And that's mainly because they're probably creating selfish content versus service-based content. We've actually got a video on that, on service versus selfish-based content. So if you're not sure what that exactly means, you'll definitely want to check that out. The other great thing about YouTube is that YouTube is intention-based marketing versus interruption marketing. We actually have a video on that as well that you can check out to explain that in depth. Well, actually, let me get to another video that we have, which is seasonal versus evergreen. We've got that video you can check out as well to really kind of lay the basis of why YouTube is so important. But what we're talking about in this video is that YouTube is free. It's the only social media platform that you actually have the opportunity to grow your business 100% for free. And the thing is with Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or anything else out there, you know this. I mean, you could have 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 followers on those platforms. And once you post something, number one, it doesn't reach everybody, right? Because Facebook or Instagram, they want you to pay for that video or that content to reach your own followers. There's hardly zero organic reach, so that's not going to go anywhere. And so what you have to do from there is you have to think, you have to pay. And again, if you don't have the money to do that, that's very difficult to do. Or if you do have the money to do that, then you have to test. You have to actually have a testing budget. So Jay Abraham says you shouldn't have a marketing budget. You should have a testing budget, because once you dial in marketing and you know it works, and you can put in $1 and return $3, well, then you don't have a budget, right? Because if you spend $100, you're going to get back $300. If you spend $1,000, you're going to get back $3,000. So you should never have a marketing budget. You should have a testing budget. But what works? Well, you could find 1 million videos on YouTube on what works for paid advertising for real estate agents. But I'll tell you this, what really works is free on YouTube. And that's exactly what we've mastered. Actually, if you stick around till the end, we'll share with you a video about exactly how we generated $100,000 in commissions in just 100 days. Actually, that number has gone to $300,000 in 100 days, all free from YouTube. But the point is that YouTube's the only platform where you can post content and it can actually grow. It can gain momentum. You can start out with 10 views or 20 views, and a month or 2 months or even 3 months down the road, it could pick up steam. And that's why it's so important to check out that seasonal versus evergreen content video, because it's going to explain to you the exact type of content you should be making. So that's really a key factor. So from there, then what you want to do is make the right type of content. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, is because you can find out exactly what people are searching for in your city. And if you create that type of content and provide it, then people are likely going to find your videos. But this is the great thing, is that you can gain so much momentum through YouTube for free. Our real estate channel has gained over 2.2 million impressions, all free from YouTube recommending our content. That is massive. If you paid a penny per impression on any other platform, that would have cost you well over $22,000 to get that same amount of traffic or impressions, and it doesn't even guarantee you anything. The other beautiful thing about YouTube is that people, or your client, takes themselves through the sales process 100%. So every other type of marketing or advertising out there, you have to pay to walk people through the sales funnel or the sales process. So you have top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, right? Top of funnel means that nobody knows who you are. They don't have a clue. So that's whenever you first target somebody in an advertising platform. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a TV commercial, a billboard, a magazine ad, or a Facebook ad. They have no idea who you are. They see you for the first time. So now they're top of funnel because they see you, but that's it. They don't know you. So when you have to retarget them, so to speak, in a Facebook ad. Retargeting means if you've ever shopped for a pair of shoes online and then every single website you go back to or go after that, you see that pair of shoes in the sidebar, you're being retargeted. Well, you have to pay for that retargeting campaign for people. So they see your ad on Facebook, they still don't know who you are. And then now, no matter where they go on Facebook, they see the ad over and over and over and over again. Well, after they've seen that ad 7 to 12 times, they move from top of funnel to middle of funnel. They start to familiarize themselves with you. They start to get to know you a little bit more. Well, if they eventually decide to call you or fill out the form or whatever it is your call to action is, they've moved themselves to bottom of funnel. Or the retargeting campaign has actually moved themselves to bottom of funnel. So that's something that is really key, because you're actually kind of forcing them through that process. YouTube's the only platform where they can find your content on their own, because you're creating search-based content. They can consume multiple videos over and over and over again, or one, they can, YouTube's going to feed them the next video that's relevant to them on your channel. So that's going to take them to middle funnel. And then if your call to action is for them to call or email or text you, when they do that, it's it. It's game over at that point. They've taken themselves through the entire sales process. That's the key and critical aspect to YouTube. That's why it's so important. And that, my friends, will allow you to build a business 100% for free. This $300,000 in commissions we made in the last 90 days has been all free from YouTube. We haven't spent a single penny on advertising. We haven't had to cold call, door knock, or send out a single postcard to anybody, and they've all called us wanting to work with us. It's absolutely amazing, and you have to give it a try too. But more importantly, you want to check out the next video coming up right now, and we'll give you the brief overview of how we were able to generate the first $100,000 in 100 days and how you can too. And then if you think you want to take it a little step further, then feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to talk with you and see if we might be a good fit to help you any further. So until next time, we'll see you on the next video.